Welcome to part two of Eating for Gains. This is for the 35 and up crowd. The difference between a younger crowd and an older crowd interested in bulking up is that they will eat healthier, and that's sounds appropriate, I would think, and it is. It is. We need more energy. We need more, based on our lifestyle. The younger crowd thinks that they're stressed out, but when you reach a certain age, you realize that life was easy back then, and now it is quite difficult. And unfortunately, what happens is usually the opposite. People start to eat much more unhealthy and almost continue what I had mentioned in the last video. You would have to watch it to know what I'm talking about. But it essentially talks about eating whatever you can get your hands on. And that was the basic concept associated with eating for gains at a younger age. But when you're an older person, you've got possibly children, you've got an extremely busy lifestyle, you might own a business or multiple businesses, you're doing everything in your possibility to make your household work in general. You got to cook, you got to clean, you got to do so many things yourself. So you need to keep your energy levels up. So eating healthy is part of that. And I won't get into this very much the specifics about it, but you can probably come up with that on your own. Eating healthy is eating lean. If you're not a vegan, it's eating lean cuts of meat. It's lowering the amount of starchy carbohydrates that you're taking in. So you'll eat fruits and vegetables to support your carbohydrate intake. And that's going to provide enough fiber to have a proper digestive system and to clean the system out the way it needs to be for you to somewhat control the amount of fat that you are gaining as you're bulking up. Because I think if somebody tries to bulk up the way they did when they were younger, they're just going to get to almost a point of no return. But if you apply some of what I'm mentioning right now about just taking it down a notch and not so much focusing so much on what most people would do to bulk up, then I think you'll actually end up still bulking up, but once again, you'll be at a much more controllable, have a much more controllable, or reach a much more controllable level of fat for that for things to not get out of hand so later on. And you will bulk up, and it does support an increase of muscle mass as you continue, because even if you set a certain time and a certain time limit for your gains, if you see yourself at the end of those gains looking completely out of shape, then it's something that works against you. It really does. It makes you discouraged. And once again, it all kind of ties in together. You're gonna have a lower, worse stamina, worse desire to get things done during the day. And what happens is fitness and training and muscle building, it all kind of gets pushed aside. And that's not what I want for you. So if your goal is, if you are in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s even, and wanting to gain muscle still at this age, it can very, very realistically be done, and be done in a healthy way. And you will keep in mind, even if you're a hard gainer and you want to bulk up, you're still going to put on, most likely, quite a bit of fat, even if you are eating lean and eating healthy. So why not control things a little bit on that note, and not let things get out of hand on the slide of fat, and just, it's completely going to destroy your idea of wanting to build muscle. Even if you reach your goal, you're going to say, I look terrible, and it's something that doesn't feel very good either. And at our age, it's more easy than ever to do that, especially with our current lifestyle. So guys, girls, stay lean, stay healthy, drink a lot of water, and get your proteins from natural sources.